What's up guys, my name is Chris Kane and welcome to Let's Play Losing Control. This is a game made for the Self-Care Jam on Itch.io, and it is a game that explains why negative emotions are important. So I thought that was pretty interesting, so let's check it out. How do you start said game? Okay, there we go. Now the game is working. For some reason it wasn't responding to any controls, but... So yeah, we are a older woman, I believe. Looking for something. I feel lost. I feel like I'm stumbling in the dark. I can only see short distances ahead of me. I can't figure out which way I'm going, which way is the right way, if such a thing even exists. Yeah, you'll get there. Wait, what? Doubt is that way, no way, nope, and no are on the sign. Interesting. This game looks really, really cool, too. There's also another game I saw that I am interested to learn more about. I forget the name of the game. What is this? I feel so alone. I know there are plenty of people around me, people who care, people who want to be with me, but I keep pushing them away. There's another game that involves snow, or that has a snowy setting. Oh, it's called Silence. That's what the game's called. Looks really beautiful. Yeah, negative emotions. That's... Sometimes whatever happens... Alright, hold on. Let's see what this has to say. A burning twig, really. Not really a bush. This bush ain't gonna talk. I feel desire. And it feels wrong. There's always the wrong person on my mind. I desire them above anyone else, but I don't want to. I want to be with them, but I can't. Oh, when people do feel alone, sometimes they just feel like they should just be with a person who has been a negative influence in their life, but that's the only person they really have in their life. So I think that's what it's talking about. Sometimes when I'm at work or whatever, like my job is just labor, basically, and when you're doing the same thing over and over and over, you can't help but to think about stuff, and usually what ends up happening is I think about a lot of negative memories. I feel anger. I can't help but to keep blaming myself. I feel like I'm picking the wrong choices, that there is an easy way out of that. I'm just too stubborn to choose. I feel so incredibly angry with myself. Just trying to break through all those emotions, I guess, feels like a blizzard. I guess that's what the game is trying to talk about. Above all, I feel like I'm losing control. I feel like I can't change my fate, and it's terrifying. I worry that there are things that will forever haunt me, that they have become a part of me that will never leave. I was gonna say, the sound sounds really nice. I actually really enjoy snow. I enjoy blizzards, like, same way I enjoy looking at rainstorms. It helps. It's nice and soothing to me. It's nice and calming, despite it being a raging thunderstorm, hurricane, or winter storm, blizzard. What's this say? I'm not as lost as I was before. There was a period of time where I couldn't see the future at all. I couldn't imagine ever taking care of myself. I couldn't imagine being able to get out of bed every day. I couldn't imagine going to school every day. I couldn't imagine living on my own and cooking my own food. I couldn't look at me now. I couldn't look at me now. As lost as I might feel sometimes, I will never be as lost as I was back then. Usually one of the best therapies I can think of a lot of the time when you're always thinking a lot about negative stuff is basically to just either have a future goal that you would like to work on, also having a hobby that you really enjoy, whether it be drawing or sports or whatever. It gets your mind off all that kind of stuff. Now for some people's situations it's complicated and hard, but there are ways to get through that too. I'm not as lonely as I was before. There was a time where I had shut everyone off because I was too ashamed of who I had become. I kept thinking everyone hated me, that no one wanted to be around me, that I was a burden. I will never let myself shut off like that again. I will never let myself hang out with the wrong people out of desperation again. I will never let anyone abuse my trust and my weakness again. That's really good. Just to realize, to love yourself is another thing you should be doing too. Don't let other people tell you what you are and what you should be. You're right. It is okay to feel desire. You don't always get to choose how you feel about someone, even if it is the wrong person. There is no point in blaming yourself. That's true. When you end up with someone that you shouldn't, sometimes you don't realize it until it's too late, I guess. But you also have to have the confidence to, get away from that person. If they honestly are not making you feel good being around them, you should just let go. I am angry. And it's okay to be angry sometimes, but at least I don't hate myself anymore. I feel anger in my life was always directed to myself. I never allowed myself to be angry with anyone else. I always told myself that I was the source of all that was bad in my life. It's fucked up. And surround yourself with, or not surround yourself with people, but sometimes you end up being around people who should be blaming themselves, but instead they keep blaming you for the reasons why they don't have things or whatever. If they feel a certain way, they take it out on you. Fucking bullshit. I am more in control of myself now than ever before. I remember those panic attacks were I remember those panic attacks where I just couldn't stop screaming and crying. They felt like an out-of-body experience. The depression had taken over my body, and all I could do was watch how my family or friends tried to console me without success. You have people who care. Another thing too is that I not always go around trying to do things thinking you're alone, that you have to figure it out yourself. I mean, there have been a lot of times where I put a lot of pressure on myself felt like that I had to figure out a solution to a problem that there wasn't exactly a solution, but there were ways of getting through situations like that. I'm so glad I feel lost from time to time. It gives me a chance to stand still for a while and finally take a look at the way I've come and the way I still want to go. I have come so far and I will only go further. That's really good. Interesting art direction for this too. Very simple game. I like it. I'm glad I feel alone from time to time. It means I get time to reflect on people around me, that I get to cut out the bad friends and appreciate the good ones. For the first time in my life, I feel like I finally have control over who I want in my life and who I don't. I feel like I'm finally surrounded by the right people. I have discovered an entire new community of people who are like-minded. I meet new people every day. I make new friends every day. There will always be times where I feel more alone. Losing friends is hard, but I have to remember that I make new friends too. That's right. Now get out of this blizzard, girl. I also wear a hat too, damn. Unless she's on her way, it seems like she might be on her way to a friend's house. Maybe to check on them, on her new friends, maybe. It's a bad blizzard though, there's like no sidewalk. I'm glad I feel desire. It means that I'm human. Love is a painful yet wonderful thing that I'm so glad that I get to love people. And that I finally get to love myself. Heartaches can only leave you hurt for a long time. But I don't feel a single regret about my past relationships. They have helped me turn into the person I am now. And through the pain, I am so grateful to love and have loved. We get some temporary warmth from this. I'm so glad I feel fucking angry. Because, oh my god, it feels so good. After all these years, I'm finally allowing myself to be angry. I can finally stand up for being wronged. I am not taking any of your shit. All this bottled up anger is finally leaving my body, and fuck, it feels great. Good for you. Looks like we're coming up to what we were coming for. Oh, it's a tree. I am in control. I might not always decide which emotions to feel, but I do get to decide what to do with them. I decide to take them and accept them. I decide to take them and tell others about them. I decide to take them and turn them into beautiful things. I take them and turn them into this game. You made it. And that's the game. Okay. That was cool. I definitely like these games that have a message to them, and I hope you guys liked that. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something from them. If in case you're feeling down, you know, you just have to. Well, it's funny because like sometimes I don't, because we're all still learning in life. Even though we get older and stuff, it's just we're still learning as we go on. And that's all I really have to say about it. Not really an expert. I'm not really a therapist or anything, but I hope you guys still at least enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time. Peace out.